Hello everyone, my name is Olivia, and I want to tell you about the night my sister caused complete chaos at our family year-end event. It's a story about sibling rivalry, humiliation, hidden tensions, and a shocking revelation that no one saw coming, a night where appearances completely shattered, and the truth exploded in front of everyone. I am 28 years old, and I have one older sister, Lauren, who is 32. Growing up, we were close. Like most sisters, we shared secrets, we argued, we laughed. But as adults, something changed. Lauren always had a need to be in control. She married young, had a high-powered job in corporate management, and somehow believed that her way of doing things was always the right way. I, on the other hand, took a quieter path. I pursued a career in graphic design, lived in a small apartment, and loved a simple, predictable life. Over the past few years, Lauren developed a habit of subtly undermining me in front of family members. Nothing too obvious at first, just little comments about my choices, my career, my relationships. But it was always there, a slow, creeping tension, like a storm gathering on the horizon. The family year-end event was supposed to be a happy occasion, a chance for everyone to celebrate the passing year, share stories, laugh, and enjoy each other's company. My parents had rented a large hall in our town, decorated with fairy lights, festive banners, and a huge table piled high with food. Cousins from out of town were arriving, friends, even some neighbors. Everything seemed perfect, on the surface. I almost didn't want to go. I knew Lauren would be there. I knew she would be on her high horse, orchestrating everything, making sure everyone followed her plan for the evening. But I reminded myself, this was a family event, and I had a right to be there, too. And that night taught me something important. Sometimes people feel the need to assert power over others because of insecurity, jealousy, or control issues. But truth, timing, and calm composure can always bring reality to the surface. And in that moment, when the truth exploded in front of everyone, I realized that being silent doesn't always mean being weak. Sometimes it means letting karma take care of the rest. If there's one thing I want you to take from this story, it's this. Don't let someone else's need for control or recognition humiliate you. Stand firm, stay calm, and let the truth reveal itself. Family dynamics can be complicated, but honesty and patience will always prevail in the end. Thank you for listening to my story. When I arrived, Lauren was already running around like she owned the place, clipboard in hand, coordinating seating arrangements, handing out tasks, barking instructions at my younger cousins. I smiled politely at her, trying to stay out of her way. "Hi, Lauren," I said softly. She barely glanced at me, nodding curtly before moving on. The first hour was fine. People chatted, laughed, and shared holiday stories. I was helping my younger cousins hang decorations, enjoying myself quietly. But I could feel Lauren's eyes on me the entire time. Every time I said something, she interrupted. Every time I tried to suggest something, she dismissed it. Then came the moment that changed everything. She stood up suddenly, in the middle of the hall, and called for everyone's attention. "Listen, everyone," she said, her voice loud, commanding. The chatter in the room stopped immediately. "I need to make an announcement. It's come to my attention that some people here have not been following the rules I set for tonight." She looked directly at me. My heart sank. I had no idea what she meant. "I've decided," Lauren continued, "that certain individuals need to be held accountable for their behavior. And for the sake of fairness, I am suspending them from the rest of tonight's activities until further notice." The room went silent. My cousins exchanged confused glances. My parents frowned. "Suspended?" my mother asked cautiously. Lauren nodded, smug. "Yes. They know who they are." She pointed toward me, and then toward my best friend who had come with me. "Emily, you, and whoever else refuses to follow my instructions will not participate in any games, no desserts, no dancing, no singing. You're suspended." I felt my face burn. My stomach dropped. My best friend looked shocked. The cousins were whispering to each other. And Lauren, she stood there, chest out, triumphant. As if she had won the entire evening. I wanted to disappear. I wanted to yell, to scream, to call her out, but I also knew it would only escalate the situation. I tried to reason with her quietly. "Lauren, "This isn't fair. You can't just suspend people from a family gathering." But she ignored me completely. "Rules are rules, Emily," she said loudly enough for everyone to hear. "If you can't follow them, then you need to face the consequences." She smiled cruelly, looking around at the family who were now clearly uncomfortable. I felt tears welling up in my eyes, the humiliation burning. My parents tried to intervene. "Lauren, that's enough," my father said. "It's a family celebration. You can't treat people like this." But she waved him off. "Dad, I'm only being fair. They need to understand boundaries. If they won't cooperate, I have no choice." The tension in the room grew thick. Everyone was watching, some shifting uncomfortably, others whispering. I felt small, powerless. But then, something unexpected happened. From the corner of the room, the event coordinator, a professional I hadn't noticed before, stepped forward. She held a tablet in her hand. "Lauren, may I speak?" she asked politely but firmly. Lauren turned, surprised. "Yes. What is it?" The coordinator tapped a few things on her tablet, and then looked directly at Lauren. "It appears there has been a misunderstanding. The instructions you sent were not approved by anyone. These rules you're enforcing don't exist officially. In fact, your method of handling participants could be considered disruptive to the event." Lauren's smug smile faltered. "What do you mean?" she stammered. "I mean," the coordinator continued, "that suspending guests from activities at a family event without consent is not only inappropriate, but it also violates the event's code of conduct. I'm sorry, but you cannot enforce these suspensions." A collective gasp went around the room. Everyone was staring at Lauren. She froze, blinking. My best friend whispered to me, "You're free." She can't do anything now. I felt a rush of relief mixed with anger. I wanted to scream, finally. But I stayed composed, letting the situation play out. Lauren turned red, stumbling over her words. I thought I was doing the right thing." "You thought wrong," the coordinator said calmly. "And you've publicly humiliated your sister and your guests. You need to apologize immediately." Lauren's jaw tightened. She looked around at the shocked faces of our family. My parents were shaking their heads. My cousins were wide-eyed. And me, I was standing tall, for the first time that night feeling a sense of vindication. Tears welled up in Lauren's eyes. She opened her mouth, tried to speak, but nothing came out. Then she looked at me. Her pride and control slipping away, she whispered, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just wanted." "You wanted to control everything," I said softly, letting everyone hear. "But this wasn't about control. It was about respect, for me and for everyone here. And what you did, suspending us in front of the family, was wrong." The room stayed silent for a few moments, then slowly, people started clapping, not for her, but for the truth being revealed. The coordinator nodded at me. "You were right to stay calm. She overstepped, and now everyone knows it." Lauren slumped in defeat, embarrassed, humiliated, and finally seeing herself through the eyes of the family she had tried to dominate. She muttered an apology again, this time quieter, but more sincere. I nodded, accepting it for what it was, not perfect, but a start. The rest of the evening went on without incident. Lauren avoided taking control again, keeping to herself quietly. I was able to enjoy the party, laugh with my cousins, and celebrate the year-end as it was meant to be, free from unnecessary drama.